There are mixed reactions trailing the video showing the wife of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Remi Tinubu, and Nana Shettima, wife of Kashim Shettima, the vice presidential candidate of the APC, disembarking from a Nigerian Air Force aircraft to commiserate with flood victims in Benue State. The video is coming after calls for presidential candidates to donate and support flood victims across the country. Remi Tinubu and Nana Shettima were accompanied by other APC women aboard the NAF aircraft, while some Nigerians commenting on the video have raised questions as to why campaigners for presidential candidates are permitted to use the national aircraft for political purposes. Well, let's take this tweet from Dozier, who wrote, "Taxpayers deserve to know when, where, and how much it costs when it comes to the use of NAF aircraft for political purposes. There is no responsible country in the world that will allow the use of national aircraft to fly the wives of presidential candidates. If they do, the campaign organization need to pay for such services. Anything short of that will amount to the waste of taxpayers' money." Thank you. Dr. Bati, over to you.
Okay,
I'd like for you to answer Dozier's question, if possible.
Well, the questions that have been raised are relevant. After only last week or so, the Home Secretary in the UK had to resign. She left the government. She said, she had made the mistake of, sending official matters using a private email. So that's the kind of standard that you have in some other jurisdictions. But do we know what the facts are in this particular case? Because the Nigeria Air Force, yes, has a fleet. It also manages the presidential fleet. Now, people can hire planes from, the Nigerian Air Force, but did they pay for it? Sometimes some presidents of some other African countries will appeal to Nigeria that they would like to use, Nigerian aircraft or a plane from the air fleet. And then, of course, they'll pay a fee for it. Okay, so I know that there is such an arrangement. So in this particular case, did they pay? If they did not pay for the use of that aircraft, then of course, those who are outraged, will have a very strong point to make. That is the thing. And then secondly, will the wives of other presidential candidates, should they also want to use a Nigerian Air Force plane and pay for it? The emphasis is on payment. Would they also enjoy that access?
So the other question also is, are they allowed to use it for, even if they had to pay for it, is it right for them to use it for political campaigns? Because it would appear to a lot of people that some of these presidential candidates are going out, to also campaign by donating.
It looks tacky. Yeah, I get the argument Dr. Bati make and the explanation about, paying for it, but it looks tacky. And I think if we have to be fair, we have to be fair across board. And let me extend that argument you made. The wives of how many presidential candidates, over 10 or we have, 18 we have, they too should be able to have access to NAF. But I don't see why, whoever it is, if it's not the president, they should be using the presidential fleets. This was the same presidential fleet President Buhari campaign that we're going to reduce the cost and everything for. And the thing still bears a lot of costs. It is the presidential fleet for the president alone, not add-ons. There are many private jet leasing companies in Nigeria.
That's another.
I have many of them on top. If you want, why can't you go and lease from there? Well, let's leave it for and if this is how we want to be running, then we should cut the size of the presidential fleets. And it's so sad at a time like this, petrol queues are resurfacing in Lagos, and we are talking about things like this.
This visit where Peter Obi dey go since, this visit where Peter Obi don dey go before these people come learn from him, Tinubu's wife and the Shettima wife, na you dey see so. Now then go visit with Nigeria aircraft, military aircraft. Now him dey carry go with the president they use. I want to ask, will this be possible for Peter Obi's wife to carry go visit? And the Atiku's wife and the other man, Showore's wife, will them be allowed to carry this aircraft, so a military aircraft to go visit? Why Nigeria is so blind that they cannot see something? Upon all these things wey these people dey do, some people see dey support them. Some people take the country say na dem get am. You never enter president, wetin concern you concern military aircraft? Dem allow some to use it and some will not use it. This is question. Watch this video to the end, then you comment your mind. You tell me what you think. People when they do like this, know say if they enter seat, you go suffer. You better learn. People, water they destroy, flood they destroy people's house, property and life. They never know say people they die. We don't even get president. President never say anything. We don't get president. I would have put mouth for them. But see candidate, see what happen.